Alrighty, y'all. Hello, and welcome back to a quiz video. This time I'm taking a couple different car quizzes, and there's probably a million different quizzes for cars you could take, so these will be pretty basic ones. I expect to do well because I'm a lifelong car guy, and I, like most people, think I know a lot about cars, but we'll put that to the test. And, hopefully we can do some of these in the future that are more difficult based on what we find here. All right, the first one is from How Stuff Works. I haven't been on this site in years, but here we are, pop-ups and all. Test your automotive knowledge with a car quiz. Start quiz. Okay, if your car is leaking oil, what color will the puddle on the ground be? Dark. Yep, all right. Scroll to the next question. Okay. Which type of vehicle has a glow plug? That would be diesel engine vehicles. Yes, okay. Easy so far. Where in your vehicle is a dipstick? That would be an engine bay, in the engine, under the hood. Okay, hopefully these get harder. Which role does a fuel injection system play in how a car works? Well, fuel injection distributes fuel, right? So I'm kind of looking at all the answers, seeing how they word stuff, just to make sure I don't fall victim to a trick question. Which of these vehicle manufacturers is not Japanese? We have Mazda, GM, Honda, and Toyota. Well, that's easy. Remember, I'm trying to say these and let you play along as well. These would be great to do on live streams. Also, obviously, General Motors is not Japanese. They are from the U.S. They're American. What is the alternator in a vehicle responsible for? Charging, generating power. It's like a generator, right? Keeping the battery charged. What is the role of coolant in a vehicle? Cooling, proper engine temperature, cooling the engine. In which state did Henry Ford found the Ford Motor Company? Let's see. Well, I know they're always based in like Michigan for decades. I wonder if he found, did he find the company there though? That I don't know. I guess I'll go with Michigan, but that could be wrong. They could have been founded elsewhere. Okay, that was correct. Awesome. What is the most common reason for thick black smoke emerging from your tailpipe? That would be the engine running rich, too much fuel. Yes, okay. If a car has ABS, anti-lock brakes. What makes a sedan different than a coupe? Sedans have 4 doors. I mean, this one? I mean, true. That's technically true. Typically, a sedan will have a longer wheelbase and more interior space. I wouldn't say that's always true. It depends on how you measure it. I think some cars come in 2-door and 4-door versions, and I would argue that, for example, let's take American car everyone knows, Dodge Challenger, Dodge Charger, right? They're sister cars. They're literally the same car underneath, or you could say same platform. But I think the Challengers are more comfortable inside. So when you're sitting in the driver's seat, it's a 2-door coupe, has a lot of room, right? Now, of course, it sacrifices tons of room in the rear seats. But who wants to sit in the rear seats in a Challenger, right? No one. So, of course, the Charger is going to win for the rear seat. But when it comes to the driver's seat, I think the Charger would be slightly less comfortable and less space for the driver or the front seats than a Challenger. What actually causes a car to start the ignition? A spark is ignited? Yeah. German engineering has gone into vehicles of which of the following manufacturers? So we have Ferrari, Tesla, Suzuki, and Mercedes-Benz. Looks like they almost have BMW pictured there. But yeah, out of these 4, obviously Mercedes. I feel like these are too easy. I'm going to start flying through these. What is the role of a muffler? To quiet down the exhaust and engine. Where was Lamborghini founded? Italy. Where's the spare tire in most cars? That's tough because I'm going on based on cars I've owned and they've been in different places. I think most modern cars don't have spare tires. The cars I own are typically a little older and they do. It's usually in a trunk. Although SUVs and trucks I've had, they're always underneath, like behind the rear bumper and like underneath the vehicle. Why is it called horsepower? I guess I'm going to say this one. Oh, wow. Cool. It described the power of an engine in a way people could understand. Okay. When James Watt created a better version of the steam engine, he needed a way to explain the power in public. He came up with horsepower. This was because people understood the power of horses, and a comparison made pitching his product easier. Okay. Cool. I've never really looked that up. What is the right tire pressure for a car? That's different on every car. Yeah. Some cars, 30 PSI. Some, I don't know, some cars, or in my head, usually SUVs and trucks, you might have 45, 50, even 60 PSI, 65 PSI in rear tires on a heavy-duty truck. Seatbelts are standard safety inclusion in every car, but when were they first made mandatory in the U.S.? In the U.S., not till 93? Or wait, was that airbags? Hold up. Seatbelts, when were they made mandatory? I'm going to say 93 still. 68? I thought no one wore their belt, even in the U.S. back in the 70s and stuff. They probably didn't. I didn't know that was technically wrong, though. Okay, first one wrong. Question to anyone watching, wherever you're watching from. I'm asking a two-part question. I guess when were seatbelts made standard, like mandatory by law in your country? What year? And when were airbags made like mandatory for manufacturers to include by law in your country? Because I'm pretty sure that was 93 in the U.S. or 95 or something, somewhere around there. How often should a car's tires be rotated? I feel like it varies by car. It depends on if it's all-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive. It could go by different manufacturer suggestions. I think a simpler way to think about it, if you're not sure and you just want to go by like some general consensus of how often, I think it's every oil change, but that seems kind of often. I've heard some people say more. Let's say every oil change. Of course. It varies. This would have been a smarter answer. 5,000 to 7,000. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think all-wheel drive cars, you want to be a little more vigilant with it because of how the drivetrain works, right? You don't want your tires getting wearing at different rates. But if you have like a simple like front-wheel drive car, it might not be as big of a deal. What type of engine is the most common in vehicles today? I would say most common, 4 cylinders. Yeah, even in the U.S., 100%. Almost everything that's not a muscle car or a big SUV or big truck is like a 4-cylinder turbo. Even our Subaru SUV is pretty, like slightly bigger than an Outback for size reference. But it still uses a 4-cylinder turbo, Whereas if it was an SUV from like 20 years ago, it would have had like a big V6 or a small V8 in it. Not by Subaru, by the way. I know they don't make V6s and V8s, but generally, I mean. Of the following, which was the first mass-produced hybrid vehicle? Ooh, it's either got to be the Civic or the Prius. I'm going to go with Prius, yeah. I think Honda's had a lot of hybrids even in the early 2000s as well, but yeah, Prius has always kind of been the standard, I think. I did not realize it came out in 97 in Japan. Damn, that is early. Holy smokes. Imagine having a hybrid in 97. Whoa. At least in the rest of the world in 2000. Yeah, that sounds about right. How often should vehicle owners get an oil change? This is the manufacturer. We've covered this on my channel about the differences between typically like U.S. standards for this and European standards. And of course, that all varies within different countries. But typically, I learned you guys can go really long. But yeah, manufacturer recommends is the answer. Because some cars, again, I've had cars that said every 10,000. I've had cars say every 4,000, and that's like newer cars. So it just depends. Of the 1,000 different models made, what is the smallest production car ever? The heck is this? I would not fit in that. How is that street legal? Look at the tires. They're like little kid, like little toy tires or something. That's hilarious. Not a Beetle or a Yaris. I think I know what an Isetta is. Isn't that BMW? I think I've seen them in like collector car things. Peel. I feel like this is, yeah. I feel like that name fits the car. Some weird name. There you go. Boom. Which fluid leaking would change the color of your car's exhaust to blue? That would be, let's see. Black would be rich fuel, running rich on fuel. Blue would be coolant, right? Or no. Blue would be burning oil. I'm getting them mixed up. 100% blue would be burning oil. Yeah. What type of vehicle can be known as a cabriolet? Convertible. Yeah. Which vehicle is the best-selling car of all time? Probably the Beetle. No? No freaking way. The Corolla. I would say modern day, like I'm thinking like 80s to now or 90s to now. Corollas, yeah, I can see that. But since the 60s? Damn, not in the U.S. I get worldwide is different, of course, but I would have never guessed a Corolla outranked the Beetle. I mean, I feel like every corner of the earth has used the Beetle, like, and some countries still do. Like, these are very relevant still. Which of the following is a good way to improve the life of your car's tires? I would say all these. Yeah. We have heard the rumor that using your car's air conditioner will reduce gas mileage. Is that true? I've always heard that was true, so I'm going to say yes. Yeah, when you blast air, you were reducing gas mileage due to additional load on the engine. That makes sense. When did the first automatic transmission appear in a mass-produced passenger car? First fully automatic transmission. You know, I know a lot of cars were manual worldwide for a long time, but I'm sure there were like rare, like expensive cars that were automatics. Going back, I think 67 is way too late. I would say 39. I can't picture like a 1910 car being an automatic. Okay, good. Yeah, 39. Hydromatic on an Oldsmobile. Wow. That's hilarious. When was the first hybrid car built? Well, talking about the Prius, that was obviously the first modern mass-produced one. But technically, they had hybrids a long time ago. We had EVs a long time ago. We had steam cars. We had everything you could think of, kind of. I would guess the first hybrid was probably, judging from this picture, 1899. Ferdinand Porsche really created the system Lohner Porsche Mixte, which featured both a gasoline engine and electric motor. Look at that. 1899. And we still can't figure this shit out nowadays. Please make it make sense. The Ford Model T is one of the best-selling cars of all time. How many of them were sold? I'm going to guess like 8 million? 15 million. Wow. That's actually insane. Where are they all? 15 million of these? Where did they go? Where did the first official car race take place? You know, I have to guess France. France is like the motorsports mecca, man, and from what I've learned. Yeah, that's not surprising at all. While they're now standard, speedometers weren't always included in vehicles. When was the first speedometer included? I'm surprised. I would have guessed newer than any of these, actually. So I guess 34? 1901? They had speedometers in 1901? Damn. Who was thought to have created the very first practical vehicle? That would be Carl Benz. Oh, finished quiz. All right, so it doesn't give you a score? Oh, no, it does. 30 out of 35. Did I miss 5 questions? I guess I did. Wow. They were either really easy, like too easy, or some obscure questions that I clearly didn't know. But not a hard quiz by any means. Let's try one more. All right, this one works different. I found you click on a brand and it's a quiz about that brand. So I'm going to do these quickly. I'm going to pick one brand I know and one brand from Europe and see, like the difference, right? See if I can get lucky and work my way through a European company. And then, of course, hope that I can take an American car company quiz, which I've grown up with and owned many of, and hope that I get all of them right. Otherwise, I'll look like a goofball. So I've been a Chrysler fan my whole life, so let's go with Dodge, that being my favorite out of the Chrysler group. So hopefully I get all these right. All right, so let's see if I'm a Dodge expert. Here we go. When did the first Dodge use Ram? The Ram head in the logo. That was 93. Yep, cool. Which Dodge model is this? That is the Charger Daytona. Boom. In what year did Dodge release its first vehicle? I believe 1927. Wrong, of course. All right. All right. So I don't know the beginnings. Whoops. Which is not a Dodge vehicle? The Diplomatic, because it's called a Diplomat. Okay. What was the first model year for the Dodge Durango? Ooh, that's a good one. Dodge Durango was 98, I think. Yeah, 98. Sweet. Which Dodge has the quickest 0 to 60 out of these? You know what? Trick question. I think it's the Caliber SRT4. Oh. Okay, hear me out. The Neon SRT4 and the Caliber SRT4 that replaced it were advertised as like really fast. And I had heard here. Let me correct myself. Let me correct this. Okay, 2006, 2008. These are very important years. What I'm speaking of would be like 2003, 2004. I think in 2004, I had heard from, videos and magazines and Dodge execs at the time that in 2004, the Neon SRT4 was like a really cheap, affordable car, a Neon with a turbo and some other goodies. And it was literally faster 0 to 60 than anything they made except the Viper. So you could get a Viper for a shitload of money, or you could get a Neon SRT4, and it was very quick. I think that's true. That obviously wasn't true by 2008. So the Caliber SRT4, I think, was really fast. But by then, they started cranking out the muscle cars and the SRT program with the V8s. And so a Magnum SRT8 was really fast. Yeah, that's my... so I misjudged that, but I wonder how close they are. Pretty close, I bet. Which car was a 90 to 2001 Dodge Stealth Mechanic? Mitsubishi 3000 GT. Yep. DSM Motors. Dodge had a lot of Mitsubishis. Which Dodge model is this? That's a SRT Durango. You can tell by the grille and the headlights. Yeah. How much horsepower does a 94 Dodge Viper RT10 have? Back then, I think they only had 400, which is still a lot, and it's a light car. But it's funny how 400 sounds like not a colossal amount these days, which is not a Dodge brand slogan used in recent years. Never neutral doesn't sound right. Unlike any other. So they use never neutral? I don't remember that. These ones are easy. Guts, Glory, Ram, and Grab Life by the Horns. Those are famous, but which term did Dodge introduce in the early 90s? Mopar. I read it wrong. I freaking read it wrong. Damn it. Okay. Duratec is Ford. Vortec is GM. Magnum is the line of upgraded V8s. Mopar is, of course, parts for Chrysler. I just didn't even read down here. I saw Mopar and clicked like an idiot. I knew this, but now it constantly gets me. That sucks. The 2014 SRT Viper Time Attack. Oh. It's only in 3 colors? You know what? I actually have no idea. I think black. No. I don't know. Black, red, and orange. Damn, dude. I did not know that. What size engine does a 2010 Dodge Challenger SRT8? So 2010 would have still been a 6.1 liter. I think it was 2011 when they did the 6.4, or maybe 2012. Which 2 years was a Dodge Ram Rumblebee available? That was a rare truck. I think it was 04 and 05. Yeah. I don't think they sold well. That's a Dodge Nitro, and I did not realize it came in yellow. Yuck. Yes, I'm a Dodge fan, but not everything they made was good. It's not letting me click on Nitro. No way, bro. Oh, good. It did work. On Dodge models, SRT stands for Street and Racing. Yes, it does. Which Dodge model was not sold during the 90s? The Colt. That was older than that. Okay. Wow. So, damn. 62 out of 100 on one of my favorite brands of all time. Yikes. Now to the Euro one. This is going to be rough, I think. All right, so let's do Audi. Now, Audi might, you see the flag behind me. Audi might be, pretty much one of my favorite European brands. But I wouldn't say I'm an Audi expert. I haven't, grown up with them and studied them extensively like I have, Ford, Chevy, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep. Way more familiar with American brands naturally. Where it's just easy to me. And clearly I didn't know Dodge even as well as I thought I did. So Audi, love how they look, love that they make awesome cars. They have some awesome motorsport history. I think it's a cool brand, but I'm not confident that I'll do well on this. So Audi car quiz, here we go. In which German city is Audi headquartered? I should know this. I saw a video on this. I think it's... Oh, no. I think it's Stuttgart, right? No! Oh, my God. Stuttgart is Porsche, isn't it? Oh, shit. Audi has a design language, so they all look similar. This is an SUV. I'm thinking it's, not the big one, so maybe a Q3 or a Q5? Q5. It's a Q8. Holy shit. Okay. Oh, this is going to be rough, guys. Which 2020 Audi model has the highest starting MSRP? Interesting question. I would guess the S6, right? The A8? Because obviously S would be more expensive than the A version. But an A8 is still more expensive than an S6. Wow. Okay. I know the A8 is the biggest one, so I guess that makes sense. Since 1966, which company has owned that would be Volkswagen. Yeah. Which Audi model does not have the rear hatch? Does not have a rear hatch door. The A6. Yeah, it has a trunk, conventional, because it's a sedan. Which Audi has the quickest 0 to 60? Ooh. Oh, it's got to be the R8, right? Yeah. No, a 2013 S8, not even an RS8. An S8 is quicker than an R8. What the hell? When was Audi founded? I have no idea. 1909? Hey, there you go. Lucky. I got a lucky one. I deserve that. Which 2014 Audi does not offer a V8? An S4 sounds like too small for a V8. Okay, yeah, good. What does the RS stand for in Audi's RS? That's a good question. I think Rally Sport, right? Racing Sport. Okay, shit. Which Audi model is this? That's an R8, 100%. Yeah, I could just tell that's an R8. And look at those exotic wheels. Yeah, come on. When was the Audi R8 GT Spider first on sale in the U.S.? No idea. Feel like this would have been later, not like early R8. Not like early R8s. Boy, I need to learn how to talk. 2013. 2012. Close, but no cigars. What is Audi's all-wheel drive? Quattro. Easy. Which of the following has been an Audi slogan? That I don't know. Maybe never follow. Okay, so I got 52 out of 100. That went quick. So honestly, I'm happy with that. I didn't do. Look, it's better than the average score. That's cool. And honestly, it's kind of right on the tail end of an American car company, which I should know much more about. So I'd say this was a better surprise. I'm pleasantly surprised about this score, and I'm unpleasantly surprised about my score on the Dodge quiz. That's pretty funny. You'll have to let me know if you were able to play along with this, how you think you would do on these. I would like to revisit quizzes in general. I think they're fun, but we've never done car ones, so I think this was due. And you could take this a lot further. So there's other car, type quizzes and tests I would like to do that are maybe more in depth. And, so let me know if anything I should look into. I will do this again, hopefully with some harder quizzes when it comes to general car knowledge next time. But that was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed. You gotta let me know how you did down below. I appreciate you watching. My name is Ian. You're watching IWrocker. Until next time, y'all. Catch you later.